All right, it's that time of year again. September means a new iPhone, so go ahead and start digging through your couch for old coins, take out an equity line against your house because boy, these iPhones are expensive this year. If you have $1,000 or $1,100 burning a hole in your pocket, in this video, I'm gonna try and convince you not to buy the new iPhone XS or XS Max. There's simply not enough good reasons to buy it just yet, so hold off for another year, save your money, and get a better value next year. This is 10 reasons not to buy this year's iPhone. Reason number one, probably the one stopping most people from upgrading, is that ridiculous price tag. iPhones just keep growing in price every year, and we're paying it, so Apple keeps raising it. The top end price now is $1,449 for the XS Max in 512 gigabytes. If you have even a decently recent phone, there is no reason to be spending $1,000 each year on a new phone. In fact, if you wanted to upgrade, I would recommend you go on eBay, newly listed, and everyone is trying to offload their iPhone X right now. You can get a steal of a deal. I've seen them for as low as $600 for an unlocked version. That's a $400 discount for just a phone that's all right. It's great. It's fast. There's no reason to go for the XS when you can save so much money with the 10. The iPhone X, I'd say, is 85 to 90% of what the iPhone XS is, so you're getting a lot of bang for the buck, and there's a reason Apple stopped selling it. It would definitely cave into the sales of the XS too much. So stand strong, brothers and sisters, link hands and say no to the rising iPhone prices. Meanwhile, I might be ordering a bunch tonight, but nobody needs to know that. Anyways, this is the first iPhone without a major or killer feature that's being marketed. Yes, there's that larger max size, but every iPhone ever has had something very distinctive about it. The 5S with Touch ID, the 6 with larger screen sizes, the 6S with 3D Touch, the 7 series with the dual lens camera, the iPhone 8 with the wireless fast charging, and so on. So no major release this year, but even so, one of the coolest features about this year's iPhone can easily be reproduced using a third-party app, the selectable focus. And despite the steep prices, you'd think Apple would include a headphone dongle. Not so. Even a fast charger, which was rumored to be included, is not being included. Instead, the standard USB cable and a USB-A 5-watt power adapter. Now that's really cheap. And I'd like to point out that no, your iPhone did not get slower suddenly just because there's a newer one out. If your iPhone has been handling itself just fine, it'll continue to do so. In fact, a leaked Geekbench of the new iPhone shows that the performance gain isn't as high as originally thought, so stick around with your old iPhone maybe for another year. In fact, in just a few short days with iOS 12, your old iPhone will feel very much alive again, as it actually increases the load time for older iPhones by 70%. The iPhone 6s stands to gain the most from this. The iPhone 5s feels completely different than iOS 11, so Apple has made some much needed optimizations to iOS 12 on a range of devices. Maybe wait for iOS 12, see how it runs, if you can tolerate it for another year, and then consider your options. Even on a device like the iPhone X, I've been using the beta program for quite some time, and I've noticed a night and day difference versus iOS 11. Fluidity, animations, everything has been tweaked and optimized, and you can really tell that Apple has taken their time with this. There have been 12 betas of iOS 12, so really try iOS 12 out, see how you like it, see how your iPhone runs before deciding to upgrade to a new iPhone. And even more reason to keep your old iPhone, Apple is supporting older iPhones now longer than ever. The oldest iPhone here, the iPhone 5s, is 6 years old and is still receiving the latest and greatest software updates, still being improved speed-wise, so what's to stop Apple from keeping improving your old device in the future? Definitely do not update just because you think it's going to get outdated, it's going to get slower. Apple is actively committed to keeping old iPhones alive and on their best behavior, as they want to completely stop mining from the earth, and to do that, one way is to keep old iPhones alive for longer. And my personal best reason as to why you should hold off is because this year is an S release. All of the rumors are pointing to 2019 being the year we see some real hardware changes. A smaller notch, a 3-lens camera. Apple's going to be doing some serious work on the iPhone as well as iOS, as it should receive its first redesign. And what better way to enjoy that than on an all-new iPhone? And Apple hasn't exactly been keeping its word lately with supposed features it'll be adding or products it'll be releasing. For example, the eSIM functionality or the dual SIM functionality won't be happening until an update later in fall, and who knows when that'll be. They've been taking over a year and a half to release AirPower. Group FaceTime has been removed. There have been a bunch of features in history of them being removed and then added way later. And bonus, one thing that I'm extremely salty about is the fact that Johnny Ive in an interview said that they're going to be doing so many new things on the iPhone, adding features. It'll be a completely different device a year from now, but they haven't done anything. They have completely missed the whole point of an organic LED display. No always on display, no notifications, using the OLED panel with some little dots maybe, no dark mode. They have done nothing spectacular with this amazing hardware, and that's what I'm so disappointed about. So who's to say this trend will change with the iPhone XS, which you'll pay $1,000 or more for and still have the same functionality mostly as the iPhone X. But guys, there it is. Hopefully with this video I've saved you a buck or two. Wait for next year, it's gonna be worth it.